Mini Wargaming's Ask the Wargamer.
Mini Wargamer Dave here from MiniWargaming.com. Welcome to Ask the Wargamer. In these series of videos, what I like to do is grab random comments that I see all over the place and scrutinize them accordingly. And just as an example, let's use this guy's comment. Vampire Jack says, "Hi Dave, could you and the rest of MWG please make more fantasy vids? P.S. You are totally the opposite of not awesome." That's exactly what I'm talking about. You are not awesome, the opposite of. I said it the opposite, so it doesn't really make sense. It sounded like I said that you are not awesome. Polaris 3000. Amazing how one small infantryman can take some of the most powerful units in the game, isn't it? I had a combat squad of shotgun scouts take out 2 Fexes in one game without taking any casualties. That would be one of those moments where you certainly hate your life. Perhaps this Tearnet capillary tower would make things better. It's gone. Hey, I am wanting to start playing Warhammer 40k and want to collect Necrons because they look awesome, but friends tell me they are weak and pathetic. Is this true? Why would your friends go and tell you that Necrons are weak and pathetic? They are much worse than that. I am only kidding. They're not that bad. They just need an update really, really bad. So if you're a sore loser, don't play Necrons because you will lose more often than you will win. I am saying this because I don't think I've ever once seen... Maybe a couple times I've seen Necron players. It's not often, really. Unless they're really, really good and they're old school players that have been playing for a long time and they're playing against the noob. This is just gonna open a floodgate of backlash. I just know it. Joe Cool, USA. Hey Dave, MGW got me into Warhammer 40k and Warhammer Fantasy. I play Empire and was wondering which state troops are better, spearmen, halberds, or swordsmen. P.S. I love your vids and I think that if I start a 40k army, I'll go chaos. So, MGW got you into it, huh? They must be our rivals on the other side of the sun. Ursa06. Hey there Dave, glad that you're back with more Ask the Wargamer videos. I totally love those. I need a little advice. My army is 80% close combat oriented, and I'm going to go against Tau. My friend plays Tau. So I need some tips and tricks on how not to get shot to death before I could get into assault. P.S. I play Daemons, so no transports are available. P.P.S. Even with my deep strike rule, I can't seem to get to enemy before getting shot at. P.P.P.S. Love Deffy. Demons versus Tau? You're having trouble with Demons versus Tau? I said that a little emphatically. I didn't actually mean it like that. I can't lie. I really do mean that. This is how you solve the problem. Play Chaos Space Marines and add your demons to the army. And summon your demons through them. That way you have all the advantages of a regular army. Plus you get to demonize the Tau. But that probably won't work because you're 80% close combat oriented and Tau is 80% shooty oriented. You would think that they would balance each other out, but I don't think it works that way. I think what really needs to happen is your Tau player needs to stop cheating. How do I know he's cheating? I just know. Gnawing. Death to COAS. Just joking, my friend loves them, and they kill me a lot. I would like to know how to make a Tearnet harpy. Toda. That was amazing. In an almost 9-minute video, you answered maybe 3 questions total. Well, maybe it's because I get comments like that. That wasn't a question now, was it? Falcon Pearl. Simple question, Soul Grinder or Deffy? He actually wrote Defiler, but I just like to say Deffy. Simple answer. Both. I think you knew I was going to say that. Jabba has one. Hey Dave, can you give me some tips on how to use IG? Please. I'm sick of massive chunks of my army being sliced to bits by orc boys. You're telling me that you play an army with the potential to have a massive mechanized list and you're having trouble with those pesky orcs. Use your tanks. Sure, he probably has knobs with power claws, but that doesn't matter. Use your tanks with pie plates. Imperial Guard have battle cannons. Never pit the troops up against each other. You will lose every time. Nid player. Should I be concerned if my Karma Effects is giving dating advice? Well, let me tell you. You should only be concerned if you're a Tau player. Devil Wrath. Hello Dave, I was wondering what the L3B3X3 mean. You know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm going to assume that you really don't know what it means. And since you don't know what it means, I'll tell you. Postal code. It's the equivalent to the American zip code, or the whatever equivalent it is in Europe, depending on the country that you live in. It's the code at the bottom of your address that segregates you from the rest of the world. It makes it so things can appear in your mailbox. Without that code, things would get lost in the warp. Necron Lore 257. 2 codes of Necron vids. PPP. That'd be so cool and could still be my army. PS2. Please answer all my questions. Now, referring to the comment that I got before saying that in a 9-minute video I only answer 2 to 3 questions is because of comments like that. See? Shipaz11. Hi Dave and others. I need some ideas for how to use Deep Strike for my Demons of COAS in 40k, because I hate getting my troops mowed down by Space Marines and such. Plus, I can't get the hang of beating Grey Knights. It is really hard to do. Can you help? Hold on just a second here. Grey Knights versus Demons. Newest update army versus back in what edition now? Imperial Gas Mask 09. Hey Dave, I'm a bit curious. I play IG, and I kind of have a bunch of different looks in my army, like some units are Arcadian and others have gas masks, and so on. Is this okay? Or should I try to get a uniformed army? Well, if you ask me, which you just have, this is what I say to that. Do what you're doing with those gas masks, because if you do a plain army, how are you unique? The answer is, you're not. Josh Peters. Hi Dave, I am a fellow Chaos Marine, percentage U 2019S. Player with love of defilers, and I would like to ask for your advice on how to field Raptors. And can you make some Chaos terrain vids? Viva la Defi. So there's 3 things in that comment that I need to address. First one is going to be the Viva la Defi, because I've never heard that before and it sounds awesome. It just rolls off the tongue so nicely. Viva la Defi. I said it wrong, I can't believe I said it. Now the second thing I'm going to address is the Chaos terrain. I think that would be a fantastic idea to build some Chaos terrain. I can't believe I haven't done it yet. The only thing that comes to mind is making some Nurgle terrain. That would probably be the easiest. And the last thing, of course, is your question that you actually asked, which is what do you do with the Chaos Raptors? You know this already, I'm just going to throw it out there. They're your Assault Marine equivalent. When I think of Raptors, I think of dinosaurs with jetpacks. This is my answer. You're probably not going to like it, but this is what it is. They cost too much for what they're able to do, because they really aren't equivalent to the Assault Marines. Basically, you're wanting to assault, right? So now what I would rather do is use Khorne Berserkers and throw them in a Rhino. There you have the mobility, and you have even better assault capabilities. After my death. Malifaux, please. What is this, like a wargaming drive-thru? Oh, 2 Deffies and a Captain Slaughter, please. With a side order of Tal Roadkill. Michael 098. Hi Dave, I love playing as Chaos Demons, as they totally rock and win against any army, unless it is Demon Hunters. As it should be. But I am thinking of starting a Tau army, and so I would like to know why you personally don't like the Tau. Did they beat Chaos or something in your first ever 40k game? You know, I think I've been asked this question before. But what is it about the Tau that I really don't like? I actually like the Tau very much. One of my favorite characters in the Rejects is Shao, the drunken Tau. I meant to say Shaz, not Shao. I was thinking Tau when I was thinking, whatever. Pat Simmons 2. I hope you read this, guys, but will you and Matt do a battle report together? Yep. That's MS2. Again, what's better, a Land Raider or Swarm Lord? Context. Beavis 002. Hey Dave, when battling a Tau player, who all he does is camp in a corner with his artillery and has all his guys with it in his battle suits, but uses Kroot as fodder to try to kill me, what is the best way to beat him? And I play Dark Angels. P.S. I love your videos. Defi is bomb. There seems to be a common thread here. You said Dark Angels versus Tau? First off, it sounds like you're playing table quarters. Just try switching it up. The Dawn of War, he'd be slaughtered. Anyway, Dark Angels. So you have Raven Wing capability. Am I correct in this? You have the advantage of the potential mobility with that? I think I'm right here, because I fought against Dark Angels. More particularly, a Raven Wing army. And it was difficult to grab a hold of his neck and squeeze. So I guess that's the answer to your question. Try a Raven Wing version of your army. Other than that, I think Dark Angels are pretty much vanilla Marines, aren't they? And you know what they say about vanilla Marines. No matter how clean they try to stay, they're always gonna get some dirt on them. Jax Jason. Dave, my uncle. Are you calling me Dave and saying that you're uncle, or is you saying Dave, my uncle? And Grandpa want me to get the Space Marine Battle Force set to build my army more, but I kinda want the Black Reach, so I could start an Orc army. What should I do? Oh, and my Space Marine Captain Jax would team up with Slaughter. I don't think he'd ever team up with Slaughter. I think Slaughter would allow it. I can picture it in my mind right now what would happen. That's a funny sight. In terms of the Space Marine / Assault and Black Reach choice, I would go with Black Reach. Why? You said you wanted to be orcs, right? So what you can do is get Assault on Black Reach, your Uncle Dave, or your uncle, and your grandpa will see that you have gotten Space Marines, and you can secretly collect the orcs. And so you have the benefit of both worlds here. This is not deceiving at all. Arvo 12. Dave, can you make more Apocalypse, Normal, Cities of Death, Planet Strike, and Spearhead battle reports and conversion tutorials? P.S. I have a Trigon named Gon and Defiler named Larry. Someday they will unite with Defi and rule the Warhammer world. P.S. Nom 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 nom. Blood for the Blood God. Wog. P.S. I'm from Finland. P.S. MWG rules. You know what? Between all those PSs, I'm guessing that you gotta go to the bathroom or something. Friendly Fire 21. So what's up with Chaos being so underpowered? I play against a Space Wolf and Tau player on a regular basis and can only pull out draws. I use transports and Zerkers and basic Marines, but nothing seems to work. Possessed are too random and expensive. Please help. So if I'm not mistaken, you have a Chaos Space Marine battle for it. And if that is the case, you need to expand your army. Possessed are the fodder of the Chaos. Never ever use them. Not even if the Blood God came down into your house and offered you immortality, do you ever use them. You will lose every game, and you will hate your life. Deathioi? Dave, I have Imperial Guard, and I'm wondering what to put in a 600-point army. You don't put anything in a 600-point... What are you trying to play, huh? Is this War Machine to you? You need to put more models in your army to make it a bigger army. What can possibly fight a 600-point army? I don't think you can fit anything in Imperial friggin' kind of a question is that? Astorath the Awesome. It's going to spell stuff wrong to get noticed. Gabriel uploads. Please, anyone who's an experienced wargamer, help me. I can't decide in between Dark Eldar and Space Marines. What should I do? Alright, decide what? Are you collecting armies? Are you painting 2 models? You gotta be more specific with the questions if you want to get specific answers. Since it wasn't specific, I'm gonna give you a non-specific answer. I say go with the Dark Eldar. They're not quite Eldar, but they're close enough. That's all the time I have questions for today. Thank you very much for leaving your comments all over the place where I can scrutinize them accordingly and have a lot of fun with them. Please don't take my answers too seriously. If I've hurt any of your feelings, I don't apologize. It's the nature of the questions which induce these type of answers. I was serious, by the way, about the chocolate. Probably hasn't been enough time since the last video. And happy wargaming!
Visit miniwargaming.com to see our videos 1 month early.